Welcome to another episode of Get in Our Room. She's Kristin.
And she's Bobbi.
And this week we're going to be fan casting Cruel Shiftverse series, and I'm so excited. I am so excited for this.
This was probably the most fun I've had prepping for a show. Well, besides Trulina Pucci when we got to read her book. But this one has been so much fun.
Yes, I'm not good with like actors and actresses, so this was fun for me because I had to like really think of like shows and characters that I've seen, which a lot of them were a long time ago. I had to think about those shows, and then I was like Googling who was on their cast because I had no idea the actor or actress's real name.
And then when they're older shows, and then you go to Google them, and you're like, he doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah, I just stuck with the version of them that I remember.
Speaking of which, to jump right back into it, like we didn't have any technical difficulties. I was going to use Zac Efron as one of the characters. Have you Googled pictures of him recently?
He's like haggard looking.
No, way worse. He got some plastic surgery done.
Why?
So it's a super funny story because it looks, I don't want to say terrible, but I'm not super good with synonyms, so I'm just going to stick with terrible. He claims that he fell and broke his jaw, and so he got jaw surgery. So he claims that it was not for cosmetic reasons.
I feel really bad if that happened. But like his jaw is like too sharp, like too bulbous. Does that make sense?
Too much. It's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah, so I was gonna have him as one of our casts, and then I was like, oop, never mind.
Oh no. It's too wide right here. Like, okay, so I don't know if the point was to try and recreate his original, but if that was the case, I think it's a little too wide right here. If he likes it and he's good in his skin, that's great, and I'm really happy for him. But it's there's this like picture of him like in High School Musical, then him like, and then
with
after
his new
surgery, jaw. It's three pictures, so it's like young him, and then after his surgery.
Have you seen the twins with most cosmetic surgery? They are Igor and Richka Bog. I'll just send you a link to their names.
Before surgery? Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm Googling them.
We'll put up a before and after. And I think they hold the record for most facial plastic surgeries.
Okay.
But that's kind of who Zac Efron reminds me of. These have gotten worse. I think they've had more done since the last time I Googled them.
They were handsome guys. Maybe some braces, but other than that, they're great looking guys before they're...
It truly is an addiction. It truly...
Are they dead?
For some people. I have no idea. I want to say no, but I don't think so. 71.
Oh, they're that old. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So on Google, it says people ask, who were the twins who did too much plastic surgery? Descendants of German and Austrian nobility, the Bogdanovs, were best known for their exaggerated facial features, which they denied was the product of plastic surgery, but rather were naturally enhanced by unnamed technologies.
Black market injections. That's what it looks like. I don't like commenting on people's appearance really, but like that's interesting. It looks like black market injections.
I'll comment for both of us. That's insane.
Yeah, it looks insane.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They chose to do this. They were not born this way.
Yeah.
These were active choices that they made.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel okay commenting on it. It's not like they weren't naturally born this way. Anyways, we've gone a bit off the rails this morning.
Right away, right into a tangent.
What I read this week, I read The Bad Boys with Benefits by Mickey Miller. It's been interesting. It's the first romance novel I've read that was written by a man. He talks about the balls a lot more than any other person I have ever read about.
So this is the book with the text message that you sent me?
Yes. And that was like 1 of 15. After that, I was too embarrassed. I just started Googling it.
So Kristin texted me one day, and she's like, if you're in this position, would this happen? And there was balls involved. And I was like, yeah, I think that could happen. And she goes, oh, okay. She just was like shocked.
I was like trying to wrap my head around. I was like, that doesn't sound right. And Bobby's like, no, yeah, that's right. And I was like, huh. Anyways, aside from the balls talk within this, one thing I do like about this guy is that he's got like 4 or 5 books in this. It's more of a universe because they're kind of standalone where like you don't need to know characters to read the next book. Mm-hmm. But he put all of them in one download. So I was like, oh, I'm going to read this cute little book. And then I opened it and I was like, 800 pages. But it's all 5 books. And I was like, I love it. Like, you knew I was going to come back for all 5 of these. I like it. You just put them all in a row. I think it's genius. I think it's fucking genius.
Yeah. That's how I downloaded and read the Throne of Glass series.
Was in one download?
It was in one ebook download, all 8 books. It included Assassin's book. Yes. Yeah. It was like 4,500 pages though. It was a lot.
Yeah, but when you're not holding it, you can't feel overwhelmed. Like that.
No.
It's still the same weight.
Yeah. It was good.
See, that's the way to do it. More authors take note. One singular download. Because if I can just like keep reading and I never have to like take a break, get distracted by Google, get distracted by Amazon,
or
I'm just going to keep
TBR.
flipping pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. One download. Speaking of overwhelming books, I started Crescent City.
Where are you at?
I think I just started part 2. It's been slow going. As with all books, it's like when you're like trying to like get the wheels rolling.
Yeah, there is a lot of world building that happens in part 1, and it's just thrown at you the first 100 pages with word vomit, and you're like, what? Yeah.
You don't know any of the words. You don't know any of the people. So it is slow going, but I'm waiting to like hit that part where I get addicted and can't put it down.
Yeah.
I'll probably get addicted just as there's something super important going on in like my work life. Do I have anything going on this week? No. Am I going to be so engrossed I can't put it down next week? Probably. Anyways, Bobbi, what did you read this week?
I finished Divine Rivals. I actually finished it this morning.
And thoughts?
It is probably one of the most beautifully written books that I've read all year. It's very eloquent. It is like a modern classic in my mind. It's like fantasy meets modern classics. And the ending tore my heart out. and there's a second book, and it's out. And I was like, I was supposed to start reading Fourth Wing, but here I am about to read the second book in the Letters of Enchantment series instead.
I know. The greatest joke ever told is my TBR.
Mm-hmm.
Usually at this juncture, we do a cute little chat about drama or updates or news. However, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I want to just jump right into the topic because I'm too excited to talk about anything else.
Yes. I'm so excited too. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to try to make sure that there's no spoilers. So if you have not read the Psycho Shifters, Psycho Devils books, there's 5 of them right now. They're by Jasmine Mas. If you have not read them, you can still listen to this because the only thing we're going to be talking about are character names, character descriptions, as mostly noted from the book, and the author's perspective as much as we can remember and transcribe them. And then we're casting somebody, whether an actor or actress, as that individual and explaining why. Some of the characters, Chris and I are like, yep, that makes sense. That one's easy. That one we agree on. And then there's other ones where I'm like, what? It could be this one. Or she's like, it could be this one. And so we want to go through that and talk about all that. I'm very, very, very excited because I read and then I prepped for this episode with some more stuff this morning and I'm pumped.
I'm so excited. Okay, so note to listener. One, I didn't write this down, but we are not professional Hollywood casters. In case anybody was confused about that. We're not professionals. 2, I have completely and totally disregarded the height of actors. Like, when it popped up on the screen, I just ignored it. Compared to their descriptions within the book. Hollywood magic, if it's taught us anything, it can make anyone look taller or shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get through all of them, there are 3 actors specifically that I chose not because they match the physical description as given by Jasmine Mas. I don't know.
I think it's Mas because there's one A on it's M-A-S. Jasmine M-A-S. Mas.
So I picked these actors not because they fit the physical description as given by Jasmine Mas, but because I think they would absolutely nail the character's personality that we get to know throughout the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited to share that. And I'm very excited to argue with people about it.
Mm-hmm. And also, some of these characters are explained as being 7 foot tall. Unless we're casting basketball players, we ain't casting no actor that's 7 foot tall. Okay? There's very few and far between. And there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people that we casted. So...
argue with the wall.
Yep.
If you're hung up on height.
Let's do this.
Our main girl, Sadie.
Yes.
All right, Bobbi, give us a breakdown on Sadie.
So Sadie... the main character that we're first introduced to in the very first book is she has white hair, red eyes. She's small. She's not super tall either. She's average 5'6", 5'4", somewhere in there. She's not big. No muscles, no endurance, and can't run. And she also has a very scratchy voice.
Oh, yeah. So for people that are fans of the Hulu series The Great, I picked the star of that show, Ella Fanning, as Sadie.
And I really like this. I have a photo that I pulled up that I'm like, yep, if you made her eyes blood red, that would be Sadie.
And if you watch The Great, she is very sassy. She could perfectly pull that off.
Cool, because I've never seen The Great.
It's this really cute show, and the thing at the beginning is that it's a historical documentary, kind of, sometimes.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly how it reads.
That's hilarious.
Sometimes it's in line.
That's awesome.
Now for our big boy Jack.
Yes. So Jax.
So,
or do you?
well, just as a quick reminder, this was pulled directly from the book. This is Jasmine's words of how she described him.
Oh wow, okay. You did your homework. Because I was just gonna go off memory.
Just for a couple of the characters, and then I got lost.
So Jax is a 6'5". It's alluded to that he like ate his twin in the womb because he's such a big man. Like he's like just like 6'5", but also wide and muscular and just like brick shit house kind of thing. Dark skinned, long braids with like metal trinkets and gold trinkets and chains and stuff dangling in them and on them. He's got piercings, lots of piercings. He's got ear piercings, nose piercings, piercings, lots of those. High cheekbones, big plush lips, gray eyes, super, super handsome, super, super muscular.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how you cast for how the cheekbones are described in this series.
I didn't realize they were so prominent.
Yeah, and all of her characters, she is very descriptive of their cheekbones. And I was like, well, I didn't take that into consideration either. Also, Jax is 130 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah, something crazy like that.
I picked Idris Elba.
And I said, obviously. Like, yeah, that's the choice.
Tack some braids onto there. Some piercings.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some muscles. Maybe a muscle suit. Yeah, Idris Elba's a pretty big guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty strong. And so your note for Jax, your note says that you pictured Luther from Umbrella Academy.
Yes. I'll give you time to Google that. If you just go ahead and just take that description, crumble it into a ball, and throw it out the window. This is what I pictured in my head for the entire time of this series.
When his skin's all weird and he's muscular?
Yeah, because he's just a giant, and he's like part monkey.
That is not the body I pictured for Jax.
Not the shirtless ones. Those are yucky.
The picture of... Is it Iris? How do you say his name?
Idris Elba.
The picture I saw of Idris Elba and his wife promoting their skincare line where he had like a shirt off and she was like in this tank and whatever. That's the skin I pictured for Jack. Not that hairy
No,
Luther
I didn't picture
guy.
the skin. Just how big he looks like in his jacket and stuff.
Oh, okay, I can get on board with that. The rest of it, I was like, no.
No, so in the show, he's usually wearing like this jacket. And so with how big his jacket is and like just muscles on muscles on muscles.
Yeah, I see now. It's like a weird corduroy jacket, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can get on board with that.
Jax isn't a science experiment, so he's not going to have gross skin.
That's good.
That we know of.
Ooh,
was that a spoiler or wasn't it?
I don't know.
And then again, for Cobra, in my head, throw the description right out the window.
Really?
Yeah. I tried really hard to wrangle my brain to picture him the way he was described, and my brain just wasn't having it. I know he has hair, but in my mind, he's bald. And I don't know why. My brain just couldn't function around the description given and match that to the personality that was given.
Really? Because I like almost pictured him as like a albino with green eyes. And that's like the...
I think that's super accurate.
Oh my gosh.
With black hair?
I did not picture him with black hair, but I know he's supposed to have black hair.
But snakes are bald.
It's a fantasy book.
And my fantasy is... Ew, can you imagine snakes with hair? Can you Photoshop a snake with a toupee?
No. No, and you're welcome, internet.
Oh my God. A little cobra all wrapped up with a snake with a toupee. For Cobra. That would be our fan art. Sorry, Jasmine, we'll take it back.
So who did you cast
learn how to Photoshop.
So who did you cast for Cobra?
All right, so this one, I picked good old Tom Hardy.
And I hated that you chose that.
This one isn't really due to looks, though. Although I do think Tom Hardy's absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This one is due to the unhinged characters that Tom Hardy has not only played, but just blown out of the water in his performance of mentally unstable, unhinged characters.
Mm-hmm.
So the personality here, I think it fits his personality. Like, he could hit that range. And I think he could take a lot of the really cringe things that Cobra says and make them sound like romantic and cutesy. Because he says a lot of cringe stuff.
Yeah, he does. And see, I cast Colton Haynes. He's from Teen Wolf and Arrow. And he's also gay.
Oh, that fits.
That fits.
Oh, is that a spoiler? Or was it? That's what I'm going to start saying after all my spoilers.
Or what? But yeah, this like face is what I saw, like thought, because like classically beautiful kind of thing and pale.
Does he play any dark characters in those shows?
I've never seen any of those shows.
I would say yes, based solely off of his face. That does fit the description. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got good cheekbones.
I know, isn't it so weird that his face and my face are made out of all the same stuff, and yet his looks so different?
Yes. Yep.
Anyways, I was going to have you look up Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, because this is what I imagined Cobra looked like for the entirety of the series.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Besides, like, the face tats, but if you just replace all the tattoos with, like, those gemstones that he's covered in, okay, he's bald. That makes sense.
I just couldn't do it any other way. Anyways, it's tough living in my brain.
It's unique, that's for sure.
Like I said, just take that character description, throw it right out. So now for our big boy Asher. Who do you got for...
I really like Asher in the books. By the way, he was one of my favorites. And he's...
Was he really?
Yeah, like, yep, for whatever reason. So Asher is covered in tattoos. He's supposed to be like ridiculously handsome. And his tattoos are flames and roses. He also has massive horns. Is it ram horns?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they curl back.
Yeah. And like, again, cheekbones, you're right. They're super dominant in these descriptions. There's like really sharp jaw lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know what severe cheekbones are, but that's how she describes Asher's cheekbones. Severe.
Yeah.
And who'd you pick?
So I picked, and this is less for his looks and more for his acting. Tyler Blackburn from Pretty Little Liars. Or no, Is that what it's called?
Oh.
Is that show? Yeah, Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah. He was in... Ooh, I really liked Roswell, New Mexico. That was fun. That was a good one. He was gay in that one.
Oh, really? Huh.
He can be straight in this one.
It doesn't matter. I don't really care. If I just feel like, and I do think that if he like got a bunch of muscles and then tattoos, he could be the person that I pictured. His character, his ability to play the character that he did in Pretty Little Liars is why I chose him for this role, because it reminded me a bit of Asher.
I like it. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Pretty Little Liars.
I liked it. And I watched it a billion years ago, but...
I might check that one out. So for this one, I went good old Chris Pratt. Which is funny, because it just relates back to Guardians of the Galaxy again. But not Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. Not Andy Dwyer, Chris Pratt.
I guess.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt.
I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. I guess.
Again, he's just goofy, and Asher was kind of goofy and stupid in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I guess I'm just casting that one for the first 4 pages.
Yeah, the personality change. There's a personality change there, for sure. For sure.
All right, and now this next one we agreed upon.
Yes. I didn't know who this was. I had to Google them, and then I agreed.
So we picked Theo James for Xerxes.
Exquisite.
I don't know, though. He's super cute with short hair, but with hair down to his waist.
Yeah, but his hair's curly, so it would have some texture.
It's supposed to be straight. Also, Jasmine, if you ever watch this and we have questions for you. Why does everybody have such long hair? Not that it gives me the ick, but it gives me the ick. Why does everybody have such long hair? As you can tell by me making her characters bald.
I think he'd probably look fine with long hair, even if it was straight.
Let's just Google Theo James
I
long hair.
I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's curly, but it's all right.
How are you feeling about... She's lying to you.
I'm not. This one picture is great.
Oh, the picture after he cut his hair back to normal?
No. He's got long curly hair.
We'll just have to agree to disagree.
Okay, well, fine. But I could see him being like an assassin, like playing an assassin.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah, absolutely. With those little knives, every time he like, the little every time they unsheath.
Yep.
I could see it.
Mm-hmm, same.
But then, nope, that's a spoiler. I won't say it. That's it for the first set of books, right? That's.
Yeah, so there's 2 other characters that we're going to be talking about that are also in the first books. Aaron and Jinx. Aaron and Jinx.
Please don't cut that out.
Fine.
No, cut it. It's fine.
There are 2... Stop.
How long did you call that person Aaron?
Aran is what I said.
Was it up until the very end when somebody spelled her name differently that you learned it was Aaron?
Well, I was like, why Aran for Arabella? That seems stupid. And then I was like, oh, Aaron for Arabella. That makes more sense. It's Aran and it's Aaron.
Aran.
It's Aran.
Oh man, God, I meant to write this guy's username down. But he went on a long spiel about Manon. And he's like, you cannot tell me that this character's name is pronounced Manon. He's like, I won't accept it. The author wrote it down and then gave it to me. I get to say it however I want. And I was like, yep, I'm here for that. You wrote it down, now I get to pronounce it.
And I can get on that train and ride straight into the sunset.
And you want to know a fun fact? I never got hooked on phonics. So
I was a hooked on phonics kid, and we all know how I talk. If you've listened to any of these 18 episodes, or going to be 19, you know.
Now I just want to call her a
You're welcome, everyone. I ruined you. So for the next character, we could not figure out how to talk about them without it being a spoiler. So in the description, there will be a timestamp to skip the spoiler. And if you have read the first 3 books, you do not need to skip. It might be like the first book, but I don't remember. I know for sure the first 3 books, you're good. You're in the clear.
All right, so who did you pick for Aran?
So Aaron is explained as having blue eyes, blue hair, being extremely pretty, tall, like muscular, but skinny muscular. And I just remember her, like, so much about her big blue eyes and how just, like, pretty she is. So I cast Alicia DeBane Curry for this. She was in the 100. That's where I first saw her. But she has, and I think it's actually Alicia Debnan Curry. I just can't spell or speak. But she's just super pretty, has big full lips, big eyes. And I think if you made her, I don't think her eyes are blue, but if you made her have like blue hair and blue eyes, like her body structure reminds me of how I pictured Erin and all of this.
Yeah. And one of the pictures, where was it? One of the pictures actually looked a lot like the cover art for the book.
Oh, really?
I'll see if I can find it and we'll put it up here. But yeah, one of them I was like, oh, that kind of looks like the cover art of the book. So I would say, excellent pick.
Thank you. Who did you pick?
In my defense, though, this is probably one of my favorite women in all of Hollywood, and the majority of shows that she's in, she does have a bit of a habit of stealing the spotlight, even if she's not supposed to be the main character, and that is the legendary Aubrey Plaza.
And she's so funny as an actress, yes. And that perfectly fits Erin. Like, perfectly.
And in one of the shows, they actually did give her blue contacts. Stunning. Just absolutely stunning. She was in Legion on Hulu, and she was supposed to be like a side character. She done stole the whole first season right out from under the main characters. That was probably supposed to be their breakout show into Hollywood. And whoop! She took the whole show and was like, I'm the captain now. And she's really skinny.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, same body structure.
I guess all the women in Hollywood have the same body structure.
All right, so the next character is Malum.
Also known as, oh no, I don't want to give it away. I was going to say also known as Mitch.
Yeah, also known as Mitch. That's not a giveaway. We like that one. If you've read this and you know why his nickname is Mitch, I want you to leave a comment with a king emoji. Yep.
Yes.
So, because Mitch is my new favorite word. So, and it will be yours too. He is described as having like a shaved head, because like you can hear him like rub his head and it sounds like a shaved head. And then he's,
oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, shaved head. And then he's got a
Let me just tell you, I don't pay attention to character descriptions.
She just makes shit up. He's got a tattoo across his neck of a dagger, and then he like bursts into flames a lot. Mm-hmm. And he's supposed to be 7 foot tall or something crazy.
They all are.
Yeah, they're. out of control how tall they are. But you cast this character and I agreed with you. So who was your pick?
I figured a little bit of an angry guy. He's not angry in real life. He's based on his social media. He seems like a super nice guy. But Scott Eastwood, I feel like, could really dig deep for that kind of anger needed for the Kings. Mm-hmm. If we could pick anybody from any genre, I would have gone with a young Clint Eastwood. That probably would have been the perfect angry. But I don't think either of them look good with a shaved head. Let's see.
I was just Googling.
Clint Eastwood, shaved head. Ugh. Wow, actually, that looks almost like the drawing. That can't be real. I don't believe that.
No, 3D model Clint Eastwood shaved head.
It looks just like the drawing, though.
It does. That's hilarious. I'm going to put some fan art of some of these characters on screen if you're watching video that the author has pinned on her IG page. So if you are watching the video content, you will see fan art of characters of what they look like. And then you can compare our fan casting.
Yeah, and then you can correct us in the comments.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, I didn't pick a shaved head for that one. I wonder if he'd look good with a shaved head. Let's see. If any of these actors would like to do this movie for free, hit us up. But I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news. It's either all of you or none of you. We're very particular. All right. Scorpius. What do we know about Scorpius?
So Scorpius is a grumpy bastard, basically. Very temperamental. Dark hair. He's blind and has an eye tattoo on his neck.
That moves?
Yes. That has a personality. His eye has a personality. And your casting for him, I think, is perfect.
Quick before we get into that, the funniest scene in the whole book is when the three kings are staring at somebody and they're like the two that can see are looking, and then Scorpius cocks his head to listen better. And I was like, I don't know why this is the funniest image I've ever had in my head. Can you imagine 3 7-foot guys and all of a sudden one of them is like turning his head like a dog?
I never even thought about that, but that's awesome. That is awesome.
Charlie Hunnam is not 7 feet tall, but I think he would be fantastic for this. We'll dye his hair a little bit darker. Give him an eye tattoo. We already know he looks good in tattoos. We already know he's a temperamental bastard, or he plays one well on TV.
Wait, how do we know he looks good in tattoos?
Oh, Charlie Hunnam is well known as the lead of a motorcycle gang in a little tiny show called Sons of Anarchy.
That's right. That's right. Jake watched that. I knew that.
Yeah.
Whoops. If you guys are new here, I read a lot, but I don't watch a lot of shows. Like, I almost watch nothing. And we have a couple episodes that are called I Rather Be Reading. And it's where Kristin picks a show that I have to watch and I have to add commentary about it. So if you would like to learn about me watching shows, you can, I'll put a card up here so you can click on that and enjoy that episode.
Go check those out. If you like those episodes, give it a thumbs up, give it some comments, and we'll make Bobbi watch more stuff she doesn't want to watch.
Please do that.
Fan base. You guys get to drive it.
Yeah, please do that.
Now, this next one is tough. This next one is a really tough character to cast, I thought. I changed it like 8 times.
I did
this
too.
This was a really tough one.
And then the character that I really like, the actor that I really ended up like, oh, that would be a good one. Well, he's dead. So,
oh,
yeah. So, I kind of have 2. I'm gonna have, if there was no limits on casting, like, someone being dead, I would cast one person and the other. And so I'll tell you about both of them. But Orion is explained as having a cherry blossom tattoo on his arm. He's the shorter of the three guys in the group that we mentioned. Both Malum and Scorpion and Orion are in this group. Long hair. Explained to be the most...
Does he have long hair?
He has long hair.
God. That's another one. I think I didn't like that, so I just kicked it out of my head.
He has longer hair. And he is explained to be like the most beautiful man seen by his group of guy friends.
Now, what's super interesting is that none of us, neither two of us, picked any of Hollywood's sexiest men of any magazine of any year to play Orion.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Who did you pick and why?
I picked a guy named Justin Hartley. I learned about him when he played the Green Arrow on Smallville. And I thought he was pretty, even though he was playing opposite Tom Welling. It can't be Wellington. That's a beef dish. Tom Welling. So I thought this guy, he's just pretty. He's kind of feminine looking, a little softer. He'll have to grow out his hair, probably dye it.
Did you change this morning?
Yeah, I changed it like 15 times.
Okay, because this one I agree with. The one that was here this morning, I was like, no.
Yeah, so I started out with Ryan Gosling, and then I Googled pictures of him again and was like, yucks.
Yeah.
And then I switched to somebody else, left it for like 12 seconds, changed it. I spent pretty much the entire morning redoing just this character over and over and over again, because I was like, nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Because then it's one of those things where you end up staring at their pictures for so long that you're like, well, now he's not pretty. Now it's just skin stretched over bone. Next.
Okay, yeah. So I would agree with that casting quite a bit. I really want, like, if Paul Walker wasn't dead, I would like Paul Walker from Fast and Furious.
Yeah. I don't know.
Especially
he's pretty. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's pretty. Especially in the first Fast and Furious with his freaking Honda Prelude when he's like posing in front of it on his little Converse. God.
None of those are words I would have grouped with sexy, but keep going. Oh, that one.
Just young Paul Walker is like the curly blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes. Just young Paul. God, I wish he didn't die. I cried when Paul died. There's only been like two people that, like, famous people that I've cried when I heard they died. Paul Walker and Anthony Bourdain.
If we're gonna do Paul Walker's Orion, I want to change Cobra to Vin Diesel.
No. No. Absolutely not. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Do not agree.
I mean, I did want to do a young Clint Eastwood.
Kind of. Now that I think more about it, like, except Vin Diesel's too big because, like, when Jackson Cobra, you know,
I know Cobra's not described as like muscles on top of muscles.
Yeah.
He is a little bit more slender, like a snake. Like a snake.
A slithery little snake. Oh my god.
We put that video in?
I'll do it. I'll put it in.
Yeah.
Snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
Otherwise, it's just going to be 3 minutes of me pretending to recreate that video from memory.
Same.
I'm a snake. Also, Cobra's not bald. Once again.
Yeah, Cobra's not. Kristin, I think you need to find and date a bald man or something.
Jason Statham, if you're available.
Good choice, good choice.
I don't even know how to say his last name. Statham?
Okay.
How about a bald Scott Eastwood?
No, thank you. So,
this show is so far off the rails, we can't even find the tracks.
we are... It's gonna be a bitch to fucking edit, but here we are. It's fine.
I say fuck it, upload the raw footage.
An hour and 8 minutes of chaos? Okay, sounds good.
An hour and 8 minutes of us being like, oh, okay, I'm gonna cut this, but let me just tell you.
Yeah. Alright. The next character is like my favorite guy in all of the 5 of the books. His name
Hands
is...
down, this might be my favorite character ever.
Yeah, my favorite male character ever. His name is John. John. We're here for John. We are here for John. And I don't remember what he was described as. The only thing I remember is he's handsome with dimples.
Dimples?
That's all I remember.
All I know is that the dimples only sometimes make an appearance.
Yeah, like when he's being...
Silly, goofy John.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Who'd you pick for John?
Okay, so Kellen Lutz, I think is how you say his name.
I've actually never heard of this guy.
So he's from Twilight. He played Emmett Cullum in Twilight. I'm gonna send you the picture that made me go... There's 3 pictures that made me go, okay, I can see this.
What color hair does John have?
I think brown.
Probably just a shaggy brown, yeah.
But that's just me making shit up.
Probably down to his waist.
I'm texting you these
What'd
photos.
you say? Where are you sending? Oh. Yeah, I can see that. You do like the pretty boys, don't you?
I don't know. Is he a pretty boy?
Yeah, he's pretty.
He is very pretty.
I could see that one. That could be a fallback. I could see that.
Well, just that one with the freaking dimples. And then the second one makes me think of, Jackal Hyde. So, the second photo I sent you makes me think of, like, his second personality.
Of what?
I'm going to cut this out.
I wanted to say Jekyll and Hyde again.
Oh.
The second one?
The second one makes me be like, he could definitely be a Luca. Because I was trying to think of somebody, like, who could go as silly.
This one?
Yeah. Like, just stern and stoic. Yeah. And then the first one where he's all smiley with dimples, be happy-go-lucky John.
Yeah, that's not... I like it. I can see that.
So for John...
Definitely as a backup option.
Yeah.
Well, actually, between this guy and my guy, I actually wouldn't mind either of them. It just depends on how their other filming schedules lined up. You know what I mean? Like, they'd both be a front runner as long as they weren't busy in other aspects of their life.
I still don't get your infatuation with this actor.
I love this man. I love this man more than life itself.
So you haven't mentioned
That's
who
a
this
lot.
man is yet to the audience.
I haven't. I think this guy would be the perfect... When we decided to do casting, this was the very first character that I was like, yep, this guy. Hands down. Especially because as I read about John, and then like, sometimes he's goofy, happy-go-lucky, and then other times he's like stoic and silent. I was like, that's Dean Winchester. Give me Jensen Ackles right here, right now. The entire way that John was explained about, like, oh, he's goofy, happy. Oops, he's a lethal killer. It's just Dean Winchester 2.0. And Jensen Ackles put on a shit ton. I want to say like 20 or 30 pounds of muscle for his Soldier Boy role.
I will say
God, I love that man with a beard.
that I can get on board with this.
You're not a big fan. You're not a Jensen Ackles fan, are you?
I don't know the point. Like, he's like okay, but like my best friend and my other best friend, so you and my friend Sky, are like big on him, and I'm like, yeah, all right.
Did she watch Supernatural?
Oh yeah, big fan.
See, that's the thing. You are looking at a picture. We have 15 years of personality, interviews, blooper reels, Dean Winchester, and all the different faces that go with that.
You are correct.
You got a still frame from Google.
You are correct.
You're not understanding 15 years of infatuation. What's 23 times 15?
23 times 15?
23 times 15. That's 345 hours of Jensen Ackles.
That's hilarious.
It's okay that you don't. It's okay that you don't understand, and that doesn't include bloopers. That doesn't include Comic-Cons. That doesn't include his Facebook Live or his Instagram lives. It's fine that you don't understand.
Thank you for just accepting me as I am. But I could support that as John. Like, I still think Colin Lutz is more handsome.
I know. We'll just have to wait and see what their filming schedules look like.
Yeah.
For who's available. Now, these last two were kind of hard.
They were hard. And I would say that the first one was harder for me. This character is a vampire with long hair, long dark hair.
It drags on the ground. It is so long, it drags on the ground. Give me all, that's all the ick. And he only has one eye.
Yep. He like super powerful, but like I don't remember his bodily description very much. I don't remember or think of him as being like super handsome, but for some things that happen
super jacked.
Yes, that's supposed to be true. So I don't know. This character was really hard. His name is, how do you say it? Lothair?
I just called him Luther.
Luther. Yeah. See, Lothair. Luther.
I think there's an E on the end, but I can't remember for sure.
Oh, I could have spelled it wrong too, because I suck.
I think I was the one that put that spelling on there. But I can't remember if there's an E or not. I don't know. I called him Luther the whole time because I was so done trying to figure out what his name was. And Luther just seemed to fit an intimidating vampire. With God, his hair is braided and it trails behind him. I don't like that. There's got to be a reason why. I don't like it.
Luther. It's French. I don't know. I tried to YouTube it, y'all. It didn't help. Jasmine, let a girl know how you say that. Thanks, honey.
Nope, she wrote all the letters in order. I get to decide how it's pronounced.
I still am curious. So I did for him Mads Mikkelsen.
Ooh, that is such a good one. That's a guy that can get dark.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything not dark.
Yeah, he's just like, he gives me like dark,
ooh,
crazy, creepy vibes.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one. Man, I don't even want to say mine now because that's it. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a French name that fits. Yep, that's a Luther. Luther. How'd you say it?
Is Mads French?
No, no, Luther.
Oh, okay. I was like super. I was like, I don't understand the correlation there. Am I missing something?
No, I want to say I'm gonna guess Swedish. Nope, Denmark.
He's Danish.
How did you say Luther again? when you said it was French?
Luther.
Luther. Yeah, that's a Luther. And then just give him one eye. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's him.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
there's a video of him with one eye. Mad Mikkelsen, one eye. Was he in a film? Oh, Valhalla Rising. There it is. That's him with one eye and a braid.
That's hilarious. That's disgusting.
And a scar.
It's disgusting.
That's the scar, right?
I mean, that's
Holy shit.
pretty close, yeah.
Wow. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's perfect. No debate here. Get him on the phone. Mads, we'll have our people call your people.
The next character, the two female main characters are amazing. And I think I might like this one more in a way. Because she's very mysterious and crazy. Okay, how do you explain Jinx? She's a child. Okay, she's like 10 years old. Is that what she is? 10?
13.
13. And she's supposed to be like small. Basically, okay, if you've read ACOTAR, I think of a young Amryn. Like, I just think of Amryn as a child. That's exactly what I think of.
It's that 13-year-old girl that comes in and she's got her hand out like this and just like destroys your life.
Yes.
Like with her responses and take no shit.
She does not respect your feelings. She's gonna tell you straight up.
Nope. Yeah.
Gonna tell you straight up.
And then she's gonna take the last Diet Coke in the fridge.
And be like, well, better luck next time. Bye. We struggled with this one, but I ended up landing on, and we did not cast a child for this role either. Like, we did not cast a 13-year-old. We tried to cast somebody who looked young.
Mostly because we didn't want to Google 13-year-olds.
Yeah. I don't watch Disney Channel. We established I don't watch anything. So I was going off.
And we don't know what's going to happen to her in the next book or if she gets her own series.
Yeah.
So we picked somebody over 18.
Yeah. So I'm very interested in that storyline, Jasmine. So please do that for us. Speaking directly to the author. Give us more Jinx. Thank you. Okay. Make it 9 books. Do 3 books with Jinx involved, please.
Make it 100. Never stop writing. Loop back around to Sadie. And hit on some, like poly issues that people have in poly relationships. Mm-hmm. Walk us through that. Yep. And then we'll loop back around to Aaron again, and then we'll come back around to Jinx again. We'll just do it in sets of 3.
Yep. We just want unhinged minds and internal dialogue from these characters forever, basically.
Yeah, I want them to go to a normal job and have this internal dialogue.
Yes, please. So I ended up landing on Lana Condor. She played in X-Men. That's kind of like where I know her from. I didn't really know her from anything else that she played. But her features were what I had in my mind for Jinx.
I think it's perfect. I don't know anything about this woman. If I have seen her in a movie, I don't remember. But she just looks like she could emotionally tear me down. Mm-hmm. And it's perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's our casting. So if you made it this far, once you make it this far, hop in the comments, correct us where we're wrong. Let us know how off the rails our choices were.
Or if you agreed with them. I'd be curious about that. Or if there was one where Chris and I debated on, or chose differently, be the tiebreaker.
Bobbi's new to the internet. Bobbi's new to the internet. She thinks people are going to agree with us.
Oh, shots fired. That's so true. Good point. Yeah, just go ahead and be unhinged in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. I love the optimism that you think people are going to agree with us.
Look. Look. Thank you.
Look and listen.
I try to be optimistic. In the meantime, until next time, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us, leave us a review. We would really appreciate it. Share with your friend. That's the best thing you can do for us. And we would really appreciate that. Come back next week and listen again. We'll be here.